Maybe it's already old news. When Time magazine got around to it, millions of readers place horror and dark fantasy books on the bestseller list. Once, just a few devotees knew about H.P. Lovecraft. Now it seems most of us read Lovecraft's spiritual descendants, like Stephen King and Peter Straub.
Horror definitely has become more visible than it was 20 years ago, in large part because of Stephen King, who was an excellent, powerful writer, and I had something to do with it also because my books found particular acceptance.
Author Peter Straub recently collaborated with King on the bestseller The Talisman. It was his ghost story earlier that showed dark fantasy's new popularity.
Ghost Story definitely changed my life. When I was writing, I knew it would because it felt big. It felt writing it felt like riding an enormous machine that was careering downhill. And all it had was, in a way, hold on.
One stop along the way is Providence, Rhode Island, where the 12th Annual World Fantasy Convention allows new writers like Straub to touch base with pioneering publishers like Lloyd Eschbach, working in fantasy fiction for over 40 years.
This convention, the Fantasy Con, brings out, first of all, a lot of pros, a lot of writers, publishers, agents, and the like. Perhaps a third of the people in attendance here are in that category. Are the more mature readers of science fiction.
But do you feel a bit of a fatherly feeling here?
Well, more grandfatherly.
These are your children, Lloyd.
Well, I suppose, and I can't deny it very well.
And everywhere you look are worlds of wonder, paintings and prints, and panels of distinguished fantasy authors like Grandmaster Fritz Leiber.
Somehow you have to generate the feeling of absolute honesty for a moment or two.
Today is an age of demographics. What's your sense of demographics of your readers?
I think it's changed. I think the first couple of books I wrote in this way were mainly read by young people, by high school and college students. But about the time of Ghost Story and Shadowland, when I did signings, I noticed there were every kind of person in the line. There were every color. There were oldies, there were little kids, there were, young. So demographically, I think it's very mixed, and that's a good thing.
Sounds like you are all too close to home, in other words.
Yeah, I hope.
The world's fantasy and science fiction indeed are closer to home. Other worlds are becoming our worlds. I'm John Tibbetts from the Biltmore Plaza in Providence, Rhode Island for KCTV5.